Good morning and happy
Tuesday
after the election, Boxing Day. Election Boxing Day. Happy Tuesday election.
You have to understand that Luann was on air last night until 10:30 p.m. Later.
So are you.
I know, but you're not used to that. No, I mean, you normally are. You don't stay up late.
No, I can't.
You wake up at 4:45 in the morning. Mm-hmm. So if the fact that she can't remember what day it is, it's just because she's delirious from lack of sleep. I had a great time with you last night.
It was so interesting. I asked some of the questions that I always wanted to ask and felt too stupid, and for some reason,
because you had me beside you asking even questions that made you feel even smarter.
You know what? I thought it was really informative for myself, so I hope you guys did too, and I hope you watched. And
if you didn't watch, it was Trevor Cheer. He's a professor from Algoma University, political science. Mm-hmm. His specialty is Canadian political history, and he's such
a different perspective. Like Tim and I would pose a question with a certain thought in mind, and then he would just, because he's so technically sound in the history of Canadian politics, he would just kind of turn it around, and we go, oh, I didn't think of it that way.
We learned lots.
Really good information.
And he actually told us after the fact that he enjoyed our company because he liked our questions, so that made me feel good. I didn't feel stupid.
No, and congratulations this morning to all of the candidates, specifically Terry Sheehan. Good work, hard campaign for everyone. I'm sure some disappointments, but you shouldn't be disappointed because you all carried yourselves so well.
Can I just say that after this whole thing now, I mean, after following the election so closely because of working with you and working here, I feel really good about the outcome. I feel like that we're on, and I don't necessarily mean I'm happy that Terry won and that the Liberals are back in again. I just mean nationally, I kind of feel like we're going to be in a good place.
Yes, I think it's going to settle now. Things hopefully will settle a little bit. Coming up in the newscast, I found a clip of Prime Minister Trudeau in his victory speech, and he talked about how Alberta, Saskatchewan, I hear you. Because he's not very popular there. No. So we've
got a lot of bridges to build across the country as far as communication and getting a shared vision. But I really feel like these are people who can work I believe we have a government that's going to work together. I really do.
I think I'm optimistic. One of the big surprises for me was the Bloc Québécois and how well they did. On a little bit of a scary side. I've always been a little bit nervous of their mandate, and so they got more seats even than
3 times the number. They were at 10 when the government was at dissolution. They were at 10 seats, and they are now at 33, I think. Luann,
yes.
So they had a stop. But once again, this is what elections are about. It's taking the temperature of the country and finding out where in the country there are issues. And right now, obviously, I don't feel as threatened though. I don't feel like the Bloc is like separatist. I don't feel that that's the voice we're hearing. I think we're hearing we have concerns.
They're so big on secularism, though. That's a big. They're not so much, as you say, they're not quite as aggressive as their message was in the 80s, for instance. Like we need to be on our own. Infiltrated now with that is secularism, where unless you're Christian, you can't wear anything that indicates what your religion is. In my mind, that's pretty hardcore. So for their seats to have increased so much, people either are really in sync with them and that mind thought in Quebec, or they voted for them as opposed to
dissatisfaction with other parties. Well, all I know is I would rather know where those hot spots are and what the issues are than have it be subversive. So better that they're working with other levels of government to get their points out so that they can be addressed. And
Jagmeet Singh, I think, must have been a little bit disappointed. I was for him. I thought that with regards to the status of the NDP party prior to the launch of the campaign, he was, pretty low there. And I thought throughout the campaign he was very visible. He was eloquent. He knew what his issues were. He knew what he had to stand on. He he was very open, very good with people one-on-one. So I was surprised to see that he didn't get more seats. But if they work together, Justin and Jagmeet, because I know them really well now.
First name basis.
Yeah. That might be an
I just call them the Jays.
The Jays. The JJs.
JJ. The other thing I was going to say, though, was at the end of the campaign, there was this, almost like this, the NDP had this thing about, well, there's a resurgence and there's an upswing, and then there's going to be a big change, and we can feel that there's a swell now in popularity for these candidates and for Jagmeet. And it didn't really didn't register.
It didn't
happen.
That final lap. Sarah McCleary here at home, though,
she did well.
Great numbers.
Yeah.
Great numbers.
Well, what about you have the voter numbers. Be proud, Sault Ste. Marie.
Yes.
Highest voter count in Northern Ontario.
In the whole of Northern Ontario, the most voter turnout was Sault Ste. Marie. Congratulations to you.
60%? 60%?
Yeah, yeah. I have the actual numbers coming up.
Oh, you have it in the news? Okay.
Yeah, and it's absolutely phenomenal. Because of the work that we do, we see, of course, all the volunteers and how hard everybody's working. And then when we host things like the debate and election night coverage, there's so many people here that are working to make. So it's frustrating for me, and always has been, to when the voter turnout numbers are low. It just bothers me. It just, you know what? It's like you got to get out there and vote. So congratulations, Sault Ste. Marie. I think you did good.
You know who didn't do good with voting? Dancing with the Stars.
Oh no!
After I left you last night at 10:30, I had PVR'd it. You know how I feel about my Dancing with the Stars. So last week I told you, hey, Sean Spicer's improving.
Still in there, yeah.
He's still in there again this week. He's still not voted out. However, my take on it this week is different than last. Last week I was like, oh, he danced for his father. Remember I got, and I was like, it was nice, and he's a human being.
Emotional.
Now, that's done. That's done.
Oh, is he a creep now?
Oh, listen to me. He has taken this thing political. He's gone.
Oh,
he has
really?
gone Luann Breitbart. Breitbart? Mm-hmm. I said it wrong last night too then. Breitbart. There's a headline. Leftists are furious that he is doing so well due to MAGA support. And he does an interview with Breitbart. It's become the lucky charm here at Breitbart for him. He attributes the phenomenon to him continuing on in the show, even though he's not the best answer, to the broad coalition of support from conservatives across the nation. Remember how I told you that he was saying Christians come out and vote for me and support me early on, and that Donald Trump tweeted, vote for Sean Spicer? My votes from people out there in America is offsetting the score not being high. That really speaks to the support that's out there. He talks about the ratings, because people were going to say they were going to boycott Dancing with the Stars when he was announced. Well, we're the #1 show on ABC right now. For all this talk about when I got announced on the show, people boycotting, what the message sends is, well, look, guess what? A lot of people really are tuning in, and I think that goes part and parcel with what you're talking about at Breitbart.
But see, just that in itself, the fact that he starts that sentence with we, like as if he's part of the Dancing with the Stars conglomerate. Sean, buddy, you're a contestant.
I think they feel the cause, that one of their own, one of us, to Breitbart, one of us has an opportunity to be this and want to make sure that we show how engaged we are. The people know that despite all these talks of boycotts and tuning and whatever, there are groups of people throughout the country, and largely what we call flyover country, Middle America, that are engaged in the process and do watch television, and advertisers and programmers should really think a lot more about engaging with us and being part of that national dialogue. It's not just the loudest voices on the left that get to dominate. He completely turned this into
a political circus.
Vote for me and prove that the Christians and the right wing are a voice in America that want to be heard, and they're using him as their...
And the fact that the viewership is up, the numbers are up, that's exactly why I do not watch reality television. Because for one thing, it's not real. With regards to shows like this that are competition and have a flavor there, it's a popularity contest.
Well,
so you know what? He has a base of fans, and he is now pumping it up like he's saving the show.
And somebody has to lose. And guess who it was? Sailor Brinkley Cook, who was a...
What?
Luann when the show ended, she couldn't speak. She cried so hard, snot came out of her nose. Oh no, a huge snot bubble. Sorry about your breakfast. It was just, she couldn't speak. They had to she was devastated. I just sat there like this. Like it was, the whole show.
Should she have gone?
No.
That's what I mean.
At the time, oh my goodness, it was wild. The whole show was wild.
So she's out and Spicer's in.
Anyway, listen.
Yes.
On today's show, this is Car Safety Month, October, and apparently it's also Young Drivers Week or something. So guess who's here? Teachers, instructors from Young Drivers Canada. And that's our first guest, and then also Scare Hunger from Maitland Ford. They're here today to talk about their campaign. So Luann has the news with more stuff about the election. It's a great full show. We'll see you right after this on Mornings with Luann and Tim.
Last year we've been celebrating our 65th anniversary, dating back to services originating in our community in 1954, which is quite some time ago. It's been a great opportunity this past year to recognize the pioneers, the stakeholders that worked tirelessly to create what we are today. I'm grateful for everything that the families 65 years ago and the people that assembled the organization have done in order for us to achieve the success that we're experiencing 65 years later.
Welcome to the Machine Shop, our historic venue and gathering place for friends and family. Built in 1899 on the site of a Northwest Company trading post. Today we are a go-to venue hosting many expos, concerts, weddings, and more. While you're here, choose one of our dining experiences. Enjoy a quiet dinner at the Mill Steakhouse and Wine Bar, watch a game in Trywood Fire Oven Pizza and local draft at the Boiler Room, or treat yourself every day to gelato and local coffee at the Gelato Mill. For more information on the Machine Shop, visit machineshopinc.ca.
Welcome back to Mornings with Luann and Tim. So, from Young Drivers Canada at Maitland Ford, right?
Right.
This is Morgan, and that's Mike. Mike and I went to high school together. How do you like that, eh?
A couple of years ago.
Mike Babcock? But it's not the one from the Toronto Maple Leafs, right? Is it?
Well, we're wondering.
Okay,
yes.
all right.
I'm the good one.
Yeah, okay. Morgan, how long have you been with Young Drivers now?
I've been with them about 18 months now.
Oh, you're new.
I am a newbie.
How about you?
I originally started back in 2002.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How long has it been around, Young Drivers?
It's been over close to 50 years now.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you were telling me the story about the gentleman that, is it Peter?
Peter Christensen.
So tell me that story.
Peter, when he was very young, he lost both his parents.
In a car accident?
His father was killed instantly in his car crash, yes.
Oh, dear.
And he just developed, he had a fear of driving. Mm-hmm. So he hated driving on the roads, but he would race competitively at Mossport, Watkins Glen. And,
that's crazy. Why do you think he was comfortable driving speed races but not driving on a road just because of the trauma of his parents dying? Or
I think more that the control, the safety, that he could have control over the situation. He was driving with other people who were also experienced, trained.
So if he could train the drivers on everyday roads, he'd feel more confident about being able. That's smart.
And then he lost in high school. I think he said he lost 5 of his friends.
Oh my gosh!
Head-on collisions, gravel shoulder recovery's gone bad.
Oh
just
no!
some bad
So
situations.
like driving techniques and strategic driving. I'll always remember because I did a training course as well. Partly because it was going to reduce my insurance rates. Is that still the case?
Yes.
If-
With many companies, it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it was, and also to pass the test. But you guys were saying that when you go to take your training course, it really isn't just about giving people enough information to pass the test. This is about keeping them safe for a lifetime, right?
Right. I could give me $50 and I could show you how to pass the test.
That's part of this, but it's not what it's all about.
The intent of the program is to teach people to drive collision-free for their life.
For their lives.
The rest of their lives.
Wow.
Not just get a license and go out on the road.
So things like, I'll always remember certain things like turning into, if you're spinning out, turning into the
skid.
Turning into the skid. Now, not so much pumping the brakes, but I remember that one about when you were hitting like a patch, because now a lot of cars do it for you.
Now you
Yes. Practically.
Does the brake pump thing.
Yeah.
But there were definitely a lot of things that stuck with me, and that's 40 years ago that I took the course.
Yes, that's good.
So what do you think, first of all, the majority of people you get through the doors at Young Drivers, are they 16-year-olds, or is there an age range that, or sort of, is that your most of your clients?
It's split. It used to be novice drivers, just had turned 16, were out to get their G2 license.
Right.
But now we have quite an influx of international students in the city.
Right.
And most of them are eager to get their Ontario driver's license as well.
Sure.
Yeah.
And so they've got to learn the rules of the road in our country, right?
Yes, definitely.
And
definitely.
the side of the road.
The side of the road. Are you talking about emergency situations or what?
No, just the side of the road that they're used to driving.
Oh, the side of the, yes! Rather than driving on the other side like they do in Great Britain or whatever other countries,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Even the Barbados, I think they drive on the left-hand side,
Well,
don't
we
they?
have a lot of people from a lot of students from India,
Yes.
and that's
What side do they drive on in India?
on the left-hand
I
side.
did not know that.
Yes.
I bet they're really good at parallel parking on one-way streets on the left-hand side.
Excellent. Excellent.
Because that's one thing parking. I'm very good at parallel parking.
Great.
Because I always remember line your back bumper up, turn till your steering wheel matches the back bumper, and then start to straighten out. Do you still teach that way?
There's
There's a couple of different ways.
different variations, but that's certainly one of them.
Yeah.
Does parallel parking still freak most drivers out? Is that one thing that gets people going, I don't want, this is hard?
It is until they try it.
Yeah.
It's 26% easier than you think. So
It's what?
26% easier than you think.
How do you ever figure that out? Or is he just being funny?
No, actually, a three-point turn is more difficult than a parallel park.
I can do a three-point turn. I'm a good driver, but I brake too hard. Tell me about that. Tell me about braking.
Braking, you have to be very concerned. There's a number of reasons. First off, most collisions are rear-end collisions.
Following too close?
Following too close
Braking
or
too late.
not stopping fast enough.
Not paying attention.
Not paying attention.
Distracted driving.
Not giving yourself enough time to slow down if there's an emergency situation. So you're driving along a wet pavement, it's more slippery, you hit a patch of ice. So braking early and smoothly is very important. Plus it saves money on your brake pads.
That's what I'm told all the time, that I'm too hard on my brakes because my brake pads wear out quickly.
Yes.
All the time.
Saves money on your gasoline.
Is there a new, somebody told me there was a new law, tell me if this is true, that now, if there's a pedestrian in the crosswalk, you can't go through the crosswalk until they've reached the other side of the street. Do you know if that's true?
If there are lights.
They call it a pedestrian crossover.
So if there are lights, I can't make my right-hand turn until that person's out of the crosswalk?
Correct.
Same, I guess, well, left-hand turn doesn't make any sense. Oh, run one way,
Well,
one way, it could
sure.
be, yeah. Wow, when did that happen?
Beginning of the year.
See, that's what, I did have one rear end collision. It was in Toronto, and it was because I didn't realize that somebody was crossing an intersection because the car ahead of me, and I just assumed he was going to make his turn because I couldn't see the pedestrian. And he started to make his turn and then braked, and I thought he was going to continue, and I hit the back of him because he was braking for a pedestrian who was in the intersection.
Yes.
So this makes total sense.
And we have to be aware now here in the zoo because we are getting pedestrian crossovers.
Crossovers.
Crosswalks.
You
Yes.
mean without lights?
Probably with lights.
Probably with lights.
Like the flashing ones that say when you push the button, it's going to go, don't. We're getting one of those?
Down by
right
the
over the
splash
roadway.
pad?
Usually
Yes.
they are.
Down by the splash pad? Definitely.
We have those in Toronto.
Yes.
You push the pedestrian pushes the button, lights go, and then you have to stop. Are we
Yes.
getting that?
I'm not sure
boy, that's going to throw people for a loop in this city.
It
Tell
is,
me, oh
especially
my.
on Queen Street. Especially on Queen
Okay,
Street.
guys, do you think that we don't have a lot of great drivers in Sault Ste. Marie, or what? Tell me the truth. What do we have good drivers? Are we standard? What?
We have a lot of great drivers in the city, and they don't get enough credit because they're overshadowed by the ones that aren't great drivers.
Okay.
Yeah, they kind of paint us all in a bad light.
Yes.
Did you say this is Young Drivers Week?
Young Drivers Week.
It's Young Drivers Week, and it's also the month is a Car Safety Month.
Yes.
Okay, so now you also, look, I'm sorry, pointing at you. When students come to you, you don't just teach on the road, you also teach about car safety.
Talk about car safety.
Can you tell me a little bit about that?
maintenance.
About, for me, for instance, what I need to know about car safety, what you teach about the circle check, all that stuff?
We teach a process called the circle check, where you walk around your vehicle quickly to make sure that everything is in good working order.
This is something that we should all do.
Sure. Make sure you have 4 tires and that they're round. Make sure nobody stole your license plate, but also look for things damaged that wasn't there before.
Okay.
Make sure your windows are clear. Make sure your mirrors are clear. Look for fluid under the front end of the car.
Oh, that's not good.
Well,
If
fluid
it's-
under
you've got a
your
puddle
car,
under there, you're in
sure.
trouble.
You don't know what it is. It could be water.
Yeah.
But it also could be transmission fluid. Could be oil. It could be brake fluid.
That's terrible.
It is. I mean, you start driving, you could be in serious condition. With your.
What about
car.
things like your signals and stuff? How often should we check our signals and lights and stuff?
Most vehicles you'll know, because if you turn on your turn signal, one will stop working.
All right.
A lot of vehicles nowadays, too, the newer vehicles, they will provide
Alert
some
you.
kind of indication on your dash, but don't rely on that. It doesn't hurt to get out and check your lights.
But you also teach how to change tires too. See, that's something you see people oftentimes stranded on the side of the road who have no clue how to work a jack.
Sure.
Well, even before you get to hoping you can change the tire, a lot of new vehicles don't even come with spare tires anymore.
They what? No. Oh.
So knowing where your spare is, knowing where the jack is, they're not always together anymore.
There may be an air compressor in the slot where the spare tire normally goes, and if your tire lost air, you could pump it up, but if you damage the tire, that won't do you much good.
Wow.
Yeah. So check that before you go.
We'll teach them what to do if you're driving down the road and your hood flies up. We'll teach them, what if you're driving along and a bat flies into your window? We actually have a lot of fun with that, the bee-bird bat attack.
Really?
What do you do?
Well, I don't know.
Yeah, what do you do if your brakes
Call
fail?
Transylvania and see if you have to alert the next of kin. I don't know what.
Oh yeah. No, we actually have a bat inside the car that we demonstrate.
Okay.
Not a real one, of course.
No,
we couldn't
goodness.
get one to fly in.
Okay, question then. This time of the year, we're heading into winter. What do we need to do to get ready for car safety?
Mainly, most importantly, winter tires.
I'm doing that on Saturday.
Good.
Great.
Getting my winter tires put on Saturday.
Winter tires will increase your stopping distance by 40%
Ooh, okay.
over all seasons.
All right.
Okay,
Decrease.
so it's
Decrease.
Okay,
Decrease.
yeah. It'll make us stop. I'll stop 40%.
it's more efficient.
More efficient,
They're
okay.
designed for this type of weather.
Okay.
Also, make sure all your fluid levels. You're better off to take it in.
Take
have
it in and get it
serviced.
tuned up.
Yeah.
From
Maitland Ford does that, don't they?
They do a great job. They do a great. They have a special right now.
Do they?
They do.
For winter tune-ups?
For winter tune-ups. Yeah.
So let the professionals do it.
Exactly.
Yeah, another factor too that some people don't consider is that in the summertime they will use windshield washer fluid to get the bugs off the windshield, but they're not good below freezing.
Below, like,
Yeah.
you gotta get the stuff that's good to minus 40.
Yeah, and I think Maitland's just uses minus 40 washer fluid all year round,
year
so there
round.
is, so you don't have to run into that
You don't
problem
think-
in the
Right.
fall when the bottles.
And your oil, do you need to just something? I think, do they use a different oil in the wintertime or no?
Not anymore.
Same oil, not anymore.
Basically,
Okay.
you can run.
Most of them are semi-synthetic oil.
What are you guys gonna do when you have self-driving cars?
They'll never get to that point. You won't need somebody behind the wheel.
That's
Somebody
licensed.
paying attention.
Absolutely.
I can sit in the back seat when I'm instructing them.
Yeah,
so-
that's right. Take a train.
How do we get a hold of you guys if we want to register to sign up for a course?
We are online.
Are you Young Drivers Canada?
We are.
Facebook.
759-4545.
That's the phone number.
101.
That's the 759-4545. That's easy.
Yeah, we're at 1124 Great Northern Road.
Ta-da.
At the back building behind where the used car building is.
Okay.
That's the YD office and classroom as well.
How many instructors are you? Do you know how many you've got?
I'm one. He's one.
Are you one?
Yeah.
Mike is smart.
Yeah.
So you have 6 guys on six people. I shouldn't say guys. 6 people
Yeah,
on
we have
staff.
Elliott Lake as well.
Do you?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Good to
we're
know.
Between here and Elliott Lake.
That's our time, guys. I could have talked to you a lot longer. Maybe you should come back on the show again.
Anytime.
Okay.
Okay, let's do that. Let's do a driver's update and stuff.
Okay.
So these are the guys from Young Drivers Canada. You can get in touch with them and get your cars ready and tuned up for the winter. Stay safe out there, and if you have any questions, they have the answers. Thanks for being here.
Thanks, Tim.
We'll be back with Luann
welcome.
after this.
Here, your education is everything, supporting your true sense of purpose. Here, you'll learn from professors who will understand you, who will challenge you, and offer you support on your journey. Here, you'll study programs built on real values: business, technology, science, arts and social sciences, always geared to make a positive difference. Here, you'll have a chance to assist in faculty research, leaving your mark wherever you go. Here, you'll focus on what matters to you and impact the world around you. Algoma University. Come take a closer look.
Recently, the Government of Ontario established a $100 million affordability fund to help Ontarians who don't qualify for low-income conservation programs ease the burden of their electricity bill. Whether you rent or own your home, as long as you pay your electric bill, you could qualify. There are 3 levels of support available. The first is a home energy kit with upgrades like smart power bars and LED light bulbs. The second includes Energy Star appliances that help keep things cool during the hot summer months. The third is for electrically heated homes so that your power bills don't break the bank during those long Canadian winters. Plus, all upgrades, including installation, are completely free of charge. Visit affordabilityfund.org or call 1-855-494-FUND to find out if you qualify.
Luann just said she's hungry and she wants to know who has poutine.
Do you have any in your pocket or your purse?
And
or
I said,
anything?
is there such a thing as breakfast poutine? And apparently there is.
Yeah.
Have you had it?
No.
But Audrey says there's one that's got waffles and potatoes.
I'm in.
I'm not.
Seriously, what?
Why would you do waffles and gravy? Waffles need, like, if you're
What?
gonna...
It's just like another form of bread.
Yeah, I suppose, like a dumpling, but it's a waffle? A waffle and potatoes and then
Yes.
gravy and cheese
Yeah,
is breakfast? I could see it with like bacon and
throw
like
some
sausage.
bacon in there.
Oh, breakfast sausage. Okay, now I'm hungry.
Right? Breakfast sausage, some bacon, a little bit of scrambled egg, lots of cheese, lots of gravy.
Okay, we gotta go. We'll see you tomorrow. That would give me such heartburn.
Would it?
Oh, to eat that kind of thing in the morning?
Really?
Oh, no. I gotta be careful because I have a very tender tummy.
Yeah, you have a tender
You know
tummy.
who else has a tender tummy? Oh, my favorite, Aaron Carter. I had enough of him or what?
Holy buddy, seriously,
Here's
stay
the
home
deal.
for a minute.
It's because he's on this show, which I've never heard of, with his mother. Marriage something or other. Is he marrying his mom? I don't get why they're on the show together.
Yeah.
Marriage boot camp? I don't know. Or maybe it's her marriage and he's on. Who knows? Anyway, Aaron Carter is now saying, I've been body shamed my whole life. He says, I can't gain weight. I'm sorry I look like a meth head, but don't be mean to me. I have a hiatal hernia. I was diagnosed when I was 18. Guess what? So was I. I was diagnosed when
Hiatal hernias don't give you like malnourishment.
Right. And he
Like,
says,
seriously?
even my brother was there. He can testify to the fact that he was there when I was diagnosed with a hiatal hernia. You're a drama queen, Aaron Carter. Get over yourself.
Get
A
the
lot of us-
operation done.
or just eat better. And he
to
said,
us.
I have an eating disorder caused by stress. You have a major disorder everywhere.
You are stressed.
You are a disorder.
Hey, you know what happened last night during Monday Night Football?
No, I absolutely would not know what happened last night during Monday Night Football.
Only reason I know is because I read it. Because I certainly didn't watch it.
What was it?
Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. The trailer was launched.
Oh, okay. And
it looks spectacular. Here it is.
That's some of it. Did you know also it was the anniversary? Oh, was it Carrie Fisher's birthday? Isn't that interesting? I think yesterday.
Oh, was it?
I think Carrie Fisher's birthday was yesterday.
Doesn't that look cool?
She would have been 63.
That looks really awesome. It's going to be out, the movie itself is going to be out on December 20th, and you might want to catch it if you're a true fan, because the next movie apparently is not coming out till 2022.
Oh no, how will I survive that long without another Star Wars film? Come off it. How many are there now? Star Wars 20?
1,485.
It's like
What's
Sylvester
your problem?
Stallone, 102 years
I bet
old,
they
still
eat
playing
poutine
Rocky.
whenever they want.
Okay, the news is next. You want to find out what happened last night, and you want to find out what's going to happen tomorrow? She's got it all for you. This is Lou Ann Young, and she's got the news.
And I will be back with that right after this.
This is ONNtv.
Welcome to the Machine Shop, our historic venue and gathering place for friends and family. Built in 1899 on the site of a Northwest Company trading post. Today we are a go-to venue hosting many expos, concerts, weddings, and more. While you're here, choose one of our dining experiences. Enjoy a quiet dinner at the Mill Steakhouse and Wine Bar, watch a game and try wood fire oven pizza and local draft at the Boiler Room, or treat yourself every day to gelato and local coffee at the Gelato Mill. For more information on the Machine Shop, visit machineshopinc.ca.
Here, your education is everything, supporting your true sense of purpose. Here, you'll learn from professors who will understand you, who will challenge you, and offer you support on your journey. Here, you'll study programs built on real values: business, technology, science, arts and social sciences, always geared to make a positive difference. Here, you'll have a chance to assist in faculty research, leaving your mark wherever you go. Here, you'll focus on what matters to you and impact the world around you. Algoma University. Come take a closer look.
From coast to coast to coast, tonight, Canadians rejected division and negativity.
Prime Minister Justin Trudeau stressed a newly won mandate from Canadians despite winning fewer than half the seats and being wiped off the map in Alberta and Saskatchewan. The mood at Liberal Party election headquarters in Montreal moved from cautious optimism to jubilation throughout the evening as the results started making it clear the Liberals had managed to squeeze out another victory.
To those who voted for our party, thank you for putting your trust in our team. Thank you for having faith in us to move this country in the right direction. And to those who did not vote for us, know that we will work every single day for you. We will govern for everyone. And regardless of how you cast your ballot, ours is a team that will fight for all Canadians. And to Canadians in Alberta and Saskatchewan, know that you are an essential part of our great country. I've heard your frustration, and I want to be there to support you. Let us all work hard to bring our country together.
Here at home, there was a good local voter turnout for the 2019 federal election. Of the 66,235 registered voters in Sault Ste. Marie, 41,267 people cast a ballot. Liberal incumbent MP Terry Sheehan is back to represent Sault Ste. Marie with 39% of the vote. 32.4% went to the Conservatives' Sonny Spina, and 22.6% of eligible voters marked their X for the NDP's Sarah McCleary. We caught up with Sheehan after his victory.
Wife Lisa, Riley, and Kate, who now is in back in Ottawa in school. I mean, they were totally devoted. All of my family, all of my friends, all of my volunteers. It was amazing. Like morning, noon, and night, the contributions of these volunteers. It just makes me want to work a little harder. You know, whatever they give, I want to give twice as much. And they were an amazing team.
Did you ever question tonight's results? I mean, Sonny was a very good candidate for the Conservatives, and you know, he put your feet to the fire.
You know, he was, and so was Sarah, and I was very impressed with both of them, and including the Amy and as well as Gio. You know, we did probably around 11 different candidate forums, and you know, I think that they should all be complimented, and the people around them should be complimented for putting forward. And I do believe in democracy. Democracy is the best, the very best system that we have.
At 1:50 this morning, Conservative opposition leader Andrew Scheer said his party is Canada's government in waiting, despite losing the election to Justin Trudeau's Liberals. Scheer said when Trudeau first won back in 2015, he looked unstoppable. But he says Conservatives have now put Trudeau on notice.
This is how it starts. This is how it starts. This is the first step. And now we are heading back to Ottawa with a much bigger team, with more support from coast to coast, and with an endorsement from the Canadian people that we are the government in waiting.
Coming in behind Sheehan for the number 2 spot was local Conservative candidate Sonny Spina. ONNtv caught up with Spina in a media scrum after the final numbers came in.
And that's why we're here today.
You know what? There's a lot of things that you do learn along the trail. One thing is for sure, there's no replacement for hard work, getting out there and actually meeting people. There was a lot of value in that. One of the things I learned, and this is the most important thing I can tell you, and I want to make this clear to every future politician there ever is. When I went door to door, 90% of the things that I heard, the concerns I heard from people, were not related to federal issues. But that doesn't mean we weren't able to help those people at their door with their issues. We were able to stop what we were doing, take some time, make some phone calls, and find resolutions to problems that they had that have been going on for a while. Now, if every politician in our country took some time to go to every door and find a little problem that their little communities were facing, little parts of the community were facing, we could really do a lot of good in our communities, and that's something that I really hope everyone takes from this and moves forward doing.
How would you describe the campaign? What's your first?
Yep, this campaign for me was incredible. Our team was nothing short of inspiring. These folks came out every single day. I mean, if you look online, you're going to see photos of us drenched in rain. When I told them that I was going to keep walking despite the rain, every one of them said, well, I'm here too. And they walked for 8 hours in the rain with me. They didn't care. This campaign was nothing short of inspiring.
But I mean, in terms of the other candidates, in terms of a hard campaign, I don't think it got nasty or anything.
No, well, if you were to look back, we actually did 11 different debates. And if you were to look back at any one of those debates, I think you'll find that everybody acted admirably. Everyone treated each other with respect, and everyone allowed each other to make their points, make their thoughts, and continued on making their own points.
1899, the Machine Shop has been a unique space for innovation and creativity. Once a leading pulp and paper company, the Machine Shop was built by Francis H. Clerg, which later became part of St. Mary's Paper in 1984. After the closure of St. Mary's Paper in 2011, the Machine Shop spent 4 years vacant. In 2015, the Machine Shop reopened their doors to the community for the first time. From weddings to galas to concerts and festivals, the one-of-a-kind venue has something for everyone. We are proud to work with the community and local nonprofits to host major events such as Festival of Trees, Pearls and Plaid, an evening at Hogwarts, and more. While you're here, wind down at the Mill Steakhouse and Wine Bar for a quiet dining experience, or watch a game and try a wood fire oven pizza and local draft at the Boiler Room. Don't forget to save room for house-made gelato and baked goods at the Gelato Mill. For more information on the Machine Shop events, history, and restaurants, visit machineshopinc.ca. 3 great places, 1 historic venue.
I think that Lori Loughlin has one of those moments when she first opens her eyes and goes, oh, this is my life. Yeah, apparently she's panicking.
Is she?
Well, now that
Felicity's been seen in jail.
Felicity Huffman has received an actual sentence.
14 days. But 250 hours community service and
and money.
$30,000?
Yeah, she had to pay out. But after all this, apparently she's panicking because of what happened to Felicity. Because Felicity pled guilty, and she didn't.
Oh.
Lori Loughlin has stuck with. Apparently she regrets it, but she hasn't changed it either. In the meantime, either one of her girls are at USC anymore.
They're not there. They dropped out, Luann?
They dropped out.
After all that.
Yeah. Their mother and father could get up to 40 years in prison.
And they quit.
And they quit. Well, one's on YouTube, so she's good.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, but it's not even about an income. It's about, oh dear. Listen, I don't know what I do with those girls. And Felicity got 14 days, but she only spent $15,000. Lori Loughlin spent $500,000. Exponentially speaking.
And will not admit to the fact that she did it.
Still says it was a donation.
It was a donation.
I thought it was a donation.
I thought it was a donation. For $500,000, I'm making darn sure I know where it's going.
Oh my gosh.
Just saying.
So here's a funny story. Do you know the actress? Her name is Kate Beckinsale.
Yes, I do.
She's British.
Yes.
She has a new movie coming out called Farming. I have no idea what it's about, but she was on Jimmy Kimmel promoting this movie, Farming.
Okay.
So she starts telling a story about she thinks that she looks exactly like Deadpool star and Canadian actor Ryan Reynolds. Oh, look. So there's a side-by-side.
Oh my God!
So she brought pictures. Now there's one of the ones that she brought on Jimmy Kimmel. Ryan didn't have the beard. It was them side by side, and she was saying she thinks she looks just like him. And she says, like in a shocking way, like when sometimes I see a bus going by with a poster on it, I think, damn, I look hot. Oh wait, that's not me. Also, I've never done that movie. She said, I don't think I can't be in the same room with him because one of us would explode or something.
That's so funny.
She says, but I have had boyfriends in the same room with him while I was not there, and they felt really compromised, like way too intimate. And Jimmy Fallon said, like what, they were attracted to Ryan Reynolds because he looks like you? She said, no, they just feel like they know him too well, like about his really undercarriage. They feel they know things about him like his undercarriage that they should. So I guess she's thinking her boyfriends are picturing her, Ryan Reynolds, with her undercarriage. I think that's very funny.
That's hilarious. Do you find they look alike?
In the photo, they could be brother and sister. In the photo that she brought to Jimmy Kimmel Live, it did look a little bit like. Oh, sorry, it was Jimmy Fallon. I'm sorry, not Jimmy Kimmel. It was Jimmy Fallon.
So you got to wonder is she a tomboy or is he effeminate?
Is there is there anybody that you get told you look like?
A girl who lives in Sault Ste. Marie, we've been mistaken for sisters.
Oh, I don't know. Really?
Yeah. And years and years and years ago, somebody said I looked like Kim Darby.
Oh my gosh! Yes. That's actually true. Walt Disney star from the 1960s and 70s.
Yeah, she was in.
You do look like Kim
with John
Darby.
Wayne. She was in one of the movies that John Wayne did.
You know what I get?
What?
Martin Short. All the time. Just happened the other day, just again. That guy that I had on the show, Bob from Mill Market.
Yeah.
Okay, he used to work at a golf course in the Hamilton area or somewhere in that southern Ontario, and the Short family's from there. And Martin Short's brother is a member of the golf club, the private club that he managed. And he said, I sat down with him 5 minutes at Mill Market. He went, you know who you remind me of? And I said, Martin Short. He said, yes.
Isn't that odd?
And he said, I've met Martin because Martin's been to the golf course where his brother golfs. So I would like to make the kind of money that Martin Short has made in his career.
Well, you have to do
I'm a fan.
You have to do comedy as well as he does.
We're going to break now, and then when I come back, I'm going to be funny as all get out with Maitland Ford and Mario. So I've got Brandy from Maitland Ford and Mario Roqueta and from Sioux College, and they are scaring hunger. Boo! We'll be right back after this.
Recently, the Government of Ontario established a $100 million affordability fund to help Ontarians who don't qualify for low-income conservation programs ease the burden of their electricity bill. Whether you rent or own your home, as long as you pay your electric bill, you could qualify. There are 3 levels of support available. The first is a home energy kit with upgrades like smart power bars and LED light bulbs. The second includes Energy Star appliances that help keep things cool during the hot summer months. The third is for electrically heated homes so that your power bills don't break the bank during those long Canadian winters. Plus, all upgrades, including installation, are completely free of charge. Visit affordabilityfund.org or call 1-855-494-FUND to find out if you qualify.
You're sweet. Hi. Are we back? We are back. We're talking about alcohol and... No, because her first name is Brandy, and I'm going to call her Brandy Alexander. You've never had that cocktail.
I've never.
It's delicious. Try it.
I will.
And this is Mario Roqueta. I was like, do you say Mario or Mario? And you said...
I said both. That depends who I'm talking to.
So I'm going to combine them both. I'm going to call you Mario Roqueta.
That sounds perfect.
Mario Roqueta, professor at Sioux College.
Yes, thank you for having me.
You do a lot of stuff though in town. Where you bring in soap stars.
Yeah, there was a period of time where we had a lot of fun bringing in soap stars.
I remember the water tower. You'd have them there, and people would buy tickets
from reality TV. We had like Big Brother stars here.
Yeah,
and those are always kind of in the works still. I'm just focusing a little more on my teaching right now.
What do you teach?
Which is great. Mostly language and communication courses at the college.
Nice.
But also general arts and science courses as well.
Born and raised in Sault Ste. Marie?
Born and raised.
And Brandy, you as well?
Yeah.
Now, you are at Maitland Ford Marketing?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So tell me about the We Scare Hunger campaign and what brought you two together. How did you meet Maitland Ford, a sponsor of this event? How did this all happen?
You know what? It all started with a phone call, Tim. It was about 5 years ago. I had just started teaching at the college.
Okay.
I've been teaching for quite a long time, different places across the city. But I had just started up at Sioux College, and I got a phone call one day from Judith Kovala through Maitland Ford.
Okay.
And she said, hey, Mario, I heard that, when you were doing more teaching at St. Mary's College, that you were part of the We Club there, and you did a lot of We charity events. I said, that's true, what's up? And she basically had a vision that Maitland Ford was going to join in with other dealerships across Canada to start doing this We Scare Hunger event. And so she said, if you have students, I've got the business side of things down, and the rest is history.
So the We of We Scare Hunger is basically the Me to We organization.
Yeah.
Now, were you familiar with Ford being a major, they're a major sponsor of Me to We, right?
Yeah.
Of the We Scare Hunger.
Yeah.
Were you familiar with Me to We and We Days and all that stuff before you got into this?
No.
Okay.
Being honest, yeah.
Isn't it cool though?
It is amazing.
Maybe just share a little bit with the viewers about, if they don't know what Me to We and We Scare Hunger, what it's all about.
So what it is students come across, like, and work with dealerships all across Canada to fundraise funds and canned goods to help local food banks and people in need.
Okay, and the concept behind Meet a Wee Mario, if I'm not mistaken, is teaching youth, they're empowering youth.
Exactly.
Teaching them to be compassionate and passionate.
Exactly.
Getting them to sort of look into where they can make a difference in the world, where their interests lie, and using those interests to create them to be more socially aware.
Absolutely. So, I mean, this is just sort of a launch pad for a lot of our students that are involved. Any of the schools that are helping Maitland Ford, they are also designated WE schools. So the students do the We Scare Hunger campaign, but then throughout the rest of the year, they are working with Craig Kielberger, Mark Kielberger, and the rest of the team.
Those are the brothers who are
and
behind.
they're doing, like you said, they're empowering, they are empowered to then empower other youths to create change across many different issues, both locally and globally. So it's a really sweet program.
And that's the local and global. They ask students usually to do an initiative, one local, one global. Choose something locally that you can do, you can make a difference in your community, and then find an initiative, whether it is getting fresh water to a village or helping people build schools or women. There's a lot of stuff with young girls, empowering young girls and getting them out of areas where they're at risk.
That's right.
So it's an international organization founded by the Kielberger brothers, Craig Mosley from London, Ontario.
That's
from when he
right.
was like 12, 14 years old, something ridiculous like that. It's crazy. So now, locally, what are you doing? Who's involved, and how do we help?
Well, we're excited this year because we actually approached City Hall and we got a proclamation done. So I'm excited to announce, and I'm sure Mario is too, that We Scare Hunger is now officially October in Sault Ste. Marie.
October is We Scare Hunger Month in Sault Ste. Marie. There's a proclamation.
Right. So the mayor got involved. He kicked off the campaign, like Brandy said, proclaimed it on behalf of the city. And along with that, we have not only the dealership helping out, we've got Sioux College students, St. Mary's College. This year we have Holy Families Catholic School once again.
You're all the way down to the elementary
We've got
grade.
St. Paul Catholic School once again. So we've got, elementary students right up to adults who are in college.
Adults too. And this is all about getting, is it canned goods, non-perishable items?
Non-perishable items, but also, things like toilet paper, toothbrushes, etc. Basically anything that can help out those in need. I believe one of the stats that Brandy shared with us in during this campaign, 1 out of 10 families in Sault Ste. Marie access items from a food bank. So this is definitely something that
1 out of 10.
1 out of 10 families. So we have to bind together, and we have. Sault Ste. Marie has been amazing. The support from our community has been absolutely
How many
wonderful.
food banks will be benefiting from the donations you receive?
About 6.
Really? That many?
Yeah, it's Salvation Army, Women in Crisis, the Soup Kitchen, St. Vincent, Pauline's Place, Sioux College Student Union Food Bank. We're feeding our own students, so it's just terrific work being done, and it's thanks to Sault Ste. Marie that this is happening.
How is it being collected? How are these cans being? This has been going on all month, obviously.
Yes.
So you're getting close to wrapping up.
Yeah, we're doing a big push, Brandy. You want to tell them about what's up this weekend?
This Saturday we're going to be both at Rome's and at Pino's from 10 to 4.
Okay, that's so smart because people are walking in, they see you, and they can buy an extra canned good. I mean, 69 cents, whatever it is, something, right?
Yeah.
And typically in past years we've used the F-150, but this year we ramped it up and we actually have a hunger wagon.
A hunger wagon? Bigger than the
filling that thing. Yeah, it's awesome.
So where are all these? You've already been collecting cans. Where are they stored right now?
Most of them are at St. Mary's on their stage where they're counting and sorting.
The students are doing. Were the students also responsible for getting the proclamation? This is a very youth engagement. This is an initiative that's very much based in youth engagement, right?
Absolutely, yes.
Look at all the kids. This is a picture right now. Is that the can?
That is what a blast from the past. It's one of our first years doing it, I believe. And this is maybe a couple of years ago. I mean, we've gotten tens of thousands of cans over the years. This year is going to be no different, thanks to Sault Ste. Marie citizens.
And
we want to get 10,000 students are out there.
So you want to get 10,000. The big push is on. Saturday. Pino's and Rome's. 10 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Correct.
The student volunteers will be right outside the store.
That's it. Yeah. Any of the good people from the Sioux who are walking in, you can't miss us. There's going to be youth everywhere, and don't be shy to stop and say hi. One thing that we're really excited about this year, we have a lot of international students from Sioux College who have come to the Sioux, and within days of being here, they've locked into our community, and they're out there helping us to collect the canned food items. So
how inspiring!
Say hi. Come out. be a part of it.
Meet the youth.
It's
Meet the youth.
youth-driven, youth-empowered. We are so lucky to be a part.
Question is then, if we don't get to Pino's or Rome's, is there still a way we can donate?
Absolutely. So you can stop by any of the WE designated schools to make a donation.
And you mentioned St. Paul's,
St. Paul, Holy Family, Sioux College, or St. Mary's
High
College.
School.
Yeah.
College, yeah.
Or at our dealership at Maitland Ford.
But that's so convenient. And that's
amazing.
also right of Maitland Ford. You're right around. You can get grocery stores all around there. You can bring your canned goods in.
That's right.
All right. So it's We Scare Hunger. I want to thank Mario Rokakacheta. And Brandy, thanks for being here from Maitland Ford. Congratulations on your successes. Year number 5, kind of 6 really, because you did one year that wasn't really sort of a lower key.
That's right.
Many more in store, I'm sure.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you guys being such a great supporter.
You guys have until the end of October to get this done. Scare Hunger, boo! With all the students from Sioux College all the way down to the little kindergartners.
Absolutely.
We'll be right back after this.
This past year, we've been celebrating our 65th anniversary, dating back to services originating in our community in 1954, which is quite some time ago. It's been a great opportunity this past year to recognize the pioneers, the stakeholders that worked tirelessly to create what we are today. I'm grateful for everything that the families 65 years ago and the people that assembled the organization have done in order for us to achieve the success that we're experiencing 65 years later.
Since 1899, the Machine Shop has been a unique space for innovation and creativity. Once a leading pulp and paper company, the Machine Shop was built by Francis H. Clerg, which later became part of St. Mary's Paper in 1984. After the closure of St. Mary's Paper in 2011, the Machine Shop spent 4 years vacant. In 2015, the Machine Shop reopened their doors to the community for the first time. From weddings to galas to concerts and festivals, the one-of-a-kind venue has something for everyone. We are proud to work with the community and local nonprofits to host major events such as Festival of Trees, Pearls and Plaid, an evening at Hogwarts, and more. While you're here, wind down at the Mill Steakhouse and Wine Bar for a quiet dining experience, or watch a game and try a wood fire oven pizza and local draft at the Boiler Room. Don't forget to save room for house-made gelato and baked goods at the Gelato Mill. For more information on the Machine Shop events, history, and restaurants, visit machineshopinc.ca. 3 great places, 1 historic venue.
Here, your education is everything, supporting your true sense of purpose. Here, you'll learn from professors who will understand you, who will challenge you, and offer you support on your journey. Here, you'll study programs built on real values: business, technology, science, arts and social sciences, always geared to make a positive difference. Here, you'll have a chance to assist in faculty research, leaving your mark wherever you go. Here, you'll focus on what matters to you and impact the world around you. Algoma University. Come take a closer look.
I won't let go.
Thanks so much for watching this morning, and thank you to KC Security for sponsoring the show. Mornings with Luann and Tim. We love you guys.
We'll be back tomorrow for Wellness Wednesday. What are you going to do for the rest of the day, Lou?
Sleep.
And you? Last night. Ooh, what am I doing tonight? I'm doing a thing for disabled Canadians. There's
good.
There's an event. So
awesome.
We'll be back tomorrow, though, 8 a.m. See you then.
Bye.